Now for our next scenario, we're going to have a 2-on-1. We're going to have Trevor approaching the two people. Instead of splitting the people up, he's going to hit one guy and come back and hit the other guy. This is very common. Jumping right in the middle of a fight. This is not what we want to do. Let's see how the results end up. Right. Now, not too pretty. This is usually what ends up happening when you're trying to fight 4 fists at one time. What Trevor did wrong was he hit the first guy, he came back and he hit the second guy. What you want to do when you fight 2-on-1 is fight 1-on-1. Always split people up. So rule number 2, fight one person at a time, 2-on-1. Now what you're going to see here is the same scenario. The only difference is I'm going to split the people up. I'm not going to fight 2 people at once. I'm going to get my first good shot in, and I'm going to do a straight blast. The best thing about a straight blast is it splits people up when you have a mass attack. Now, what did I do? I didn't fight 2 people at once. I didn't stay in the middle, hit one person, and then come back and hit the other guy. By straight blasting Ron, that gave me the latitude to back up, get my hands up, and fight the next bad guy. Rule number 2, fight one person at a time. Now in this next scenario, we have a 2-on-1. John's in the middle. John feels that a fight is about to ensue. He turns around and tries to fight both people. This never works. He will get swarmed on. Take a look.
Hello, what's up, man? Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man.
What's going on?
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Now in this next scenario, we're going to have the same deal, 2-on-1. I'll be in the middle. When you fight 2-on-1, it's very, very difficult. I highly recommend an equalizer. Ashtrays, bottles, headbutts, they all work. Now in this scenario, we have an adversary on each side of us, okay? It's going to be the same mentality again. We're zoning, we're neutralizing, and we're looking for the exit. But in this particular scenario, we're going to have Ron punching first. He's going to initiate the punch from the chair, and then we're just going to let things flow. Brad is Ron's buddy in our particular scenario here, so Brad is going to be coming in at the same time. So the last thing I would want, come up slow, Ron, and give me a punch, boom, would be to stay right here in the middle of the mix. So again, being street smart, you're going to watch what's going to happen. When I take the first punch, I'm going to zone on this side to keep Brad away from me. If you don't have the street smart, if you don't know what's going on in the bar, you don't know who's friends with who, it's your own damn fault. So at this point, again, this is the tape of this, more so than this. All right, on a 3 count, I want you to go, Ron. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Now again, we have to cover the most important points. Ron threw the punch at me, I covered the first punch. Whether I took it or covered, regardless, that's not important. I grabbed Ron's head and I zoned him. I was neutralizing Ron and I was looking at Brad. This is the most important thing in a street fight. It's not a question of punching or kicking or elbowing or kneeing or headbutting. It's a question of positioning yourself properly first, and then the weapons will come naturally.